This is Dave Robinson, the father of geologist Daniel Cornelius Robinson. My son Daniel, a geologist. You guys know that went missing in June 23rd of 2021. I have been fighting since for my son. I come today with a short video to talk about some of the things that ways you guys can help. First of all, in everything I'm doing, my efforts. This wishes still continue on to this day, you guys. There's a lot of things in my son's case that need to be taken care of, and I'm really needing your help. Also, to try to help other families, I'm still pushing really hard to help other families because this is not this effort is just not about my family. It happens to a lot of families. A lot of families out there are going through worse, going through some tragedies. They've been have loved ones missing for years, 20, 30, even more years. Some a little longer than I have in different situations, multiple family members, etc. So this thing is not just about my family, even though it's very tragic for us, very painful. Always keep in mind that there's other families that don't even have a voice that needs help as well. So I want to make sure I'm doing everything I can. I want to start off real quick and remind you guys that I will be a part of the Crime Con event that will be coming up next month on September the 22nd through the 24th. It will be in Orlando, Florida, you guys. This is a true crime event. Thousands of people from all across the country come into these events. So it's an opportune time for me to be able to share Daniel's story as much as I really like to, because I did it last year. I did Crime Con in Las Vegas last year. I was able to get thousands of flyers out there. I was very happy to be able to do that. I mean, we're just getting rid of boxes, my team and I, getting rid of those. Also being able to talk in front of thousands of people to share Daniel's story, to get that information out there, you guys, because we already know that information is key. People hearing the story is key. So we got to make sure that we're constantly putting those out there. So thank you guys, those who have been to Crime Con and have been out there to support me on that stage. It was my first time being out there talking in front of a lot of people. As you guys know, I've been doing hundreds of interviews with various networks and things like that, podcasts and so on and so on. I even started this channel here to be able to get Daniel's story out. So I just wanted to start off with you guys to talk about missing people in this country. Missing in America is a big problem that we have in this country of missing people. We don't, like I said before, sometimes we just don't know until we know, right? We don't know that there's a big problem out there of missing loved ones all across this country. I didn't know that until Daniel went missing. I heard about people go missing here and there, but I didn't know it was in the way that the problem that we have. You guys, thousands of people go missing every day, believe it or not. So I don't want to say the problem of being missing in America, according to the National Missing and Unidentified Persons NamUs. You guys know NamUs database, which is funded by the Department of Justice. More than 600,000 people go missing annually. I mean, approximately 4,400 unidentified bodies are recovered each year. You guys, there's still people out there looking for their loved ones. They cannot get the identity of these people, as well as, like I said, can you imagine 600,000 people go missing annually? This every year, you guys, it's an annual thing. According to the U.S. Department of Justice, National Missing and Unidentified Person Systems, there are 22,740 people missing in the United States as of February of 2023. You guys, this year is not even finished yet, and yet we have that big number, 22,740 people missing, and those numbers are still climbing. Like I said, the year is not even over. Every case of the missing, every case of the missing is urgently important. No one's case is more important than others, you guys. I stress that a lot. Being a person of color, being a person that have been going through those kind of scenarios where I can see in certain cases where there's an overwhelming and police support, and they put millions and millions of dollars to look for a missing loved one, which they should, you guys. They should do that. But we want to make sure this is happening in every situation. I know it's thousands and thousands and thousands of people go missing every year, but those thousands of people need that urgency that happens only when law enforcement can take value into every case, all of it the same. But we know we're going to talk about how we're going to still talk about this alarming statistics that goes on in the country. You can see the disparities that is out there is at this alarming rate, you guys. So we cannot ignore that. So I'll start off with the statistics for the United States. Nearly 40% of the missing persons cases, you guys, are persons of color. Yet Black people Black Americans, we make up only 13% of the population. Think about that, you guys. Only 13% of the population, but 40% of that of the missing person cases out there. You know, the numbers I just gave you guys, 40% of that. These people of color are people like my son, Daniel Robinson. You guys, my son is missing since June the 23rd, 2021. You guys know that. He was 24 years old, 26 now. Missing out of the Maricopa County Maricopa County, Arizona, you guys, and the Sonoran Desert out there. And the reason why I say this, you know, Maricopa County, you guys, some people know, say, hey, missing out of Buckeye. Buckeye is in Maricopa County. As you know, it stands right now. I'm still working on getting my son case moved over to the proper place, and which is Maricopa County. Also, people like Milton Harris, you guys, from Baltimore, Maryland. His date of birth is January the 3rd of 1956. He went missing on August the 7th of 2023. You guys, if you got information, please hit the Baltimore Police Department and get that information. You know his face, you know who he is. You heard about the story. Please get those. If you go to Black and Missing Foundation page, and you will see more information about Mr. Harris here. Also, Denisha Goodner. Also, you guys, she's always also on the Black and Missing Foundation website. You can get more information as well. She went missing from Madison, Tennessee. Her date of birth is January 1st, 2007. She went missing August 6th of this year, you guys. And we need to make sure we bring her home as well. Also, you guys, we always want to put up here as well, and many other people of color out there. We just don't hear those stories. Like I said, those disparities are huge, you guys, where statistically, you guys can also find that when it comes to reporting or that putting that urgency out there in the media and things like that, those things go unanswered too, based on race. By far, the most common reasons a person is reported missing is kidnapping, particularly of children under the age of 6. You guys, that's a big problem we have of a bunch of missing children as well. According to Child Find of America, up to 2,300 children are reported missing every day in this country. You guys, that is staggering. Also, children like this young child. Children like I have here, Duke Flores, been missing since April the 18th of 2019. You guys, we need to bring, he's a Hispanic male. We need to bring him home to his parents. Date of birth is 3/7/13/23. You guys, that should be in a 23. I apologize for that. 2023, just a young baby, you guys. And also, you guys, been missing out of Apple Valley, California. You can look up his information, you guys. Again, I had to correct that. I apologize, you guys, to get the correct information. But you can find Duke Flores information on the Exploited Children website, you guys. And also that phone number is area code 800-843-5678. We're going to make sure we bring him home, as well as Daniel Ray Couch, you guys, missing on January the 11th of this year, you guys. Date of birth is 8/15/23. Just a baby, 11 months old, you guys. Odessa, Texas, you guys. Again, missing and exploited children. You can reach out to them, get more information on this baby Couch. And there's also the number again. It's 800-843-5678. You guys can please share. Please help me share these stories. I will be bringing some new stories, new loved ones that went missing every time I come on. I would utilize the same platform here to make sure that I add another story, add another family there, so you guys can go back and try to help these families, help us locate these loved ones, these children, as well as the adults. We want to make sure we bring everybody. Also, let's keep awareness alive about these statistics, because we got to stop this, you guys. That's the reason why I started the Daniel Robinson Foundation, for one thing, you guys. And if you guys to look really great or looking really hard on the description there on the bottom, say closing that gap. You guys, we got to close those disparity gaps that we have in this country. No case is bigger than the other. These are loved ones. These people are matters to their family members. They should matter to us too. They are human beings. We got to make sure that everybody matters when it comes to missing person case. Also, you guys, I want to talk about myself a little bit. That's why I'm here. This is David's Corner, you guys, and I want to talk about some of the things that I had to go through just going to search for Daniel. But I just want to give you guys kind of a background of myself, not a real full background about my life, but just pretty much where I was at when Daniel went missing. As you guys know, I'm a veteran. I was at my retiring state when Daniel went missing. So I just want to share a little bit of that. You guys, I'm from South Carolina. My family, my children, we're all from South Carolina, which is on the East Coast. Everybody know that. Also, of course, guys know that Daniel graduated from the College of Charleston in Charleston, South Carolina. But we're from the city called Columbia, which is the capital of South Carolina. This is the capital of South Carolina, and I'm gonna give you a little short draft of my military life because what I'm saying is a short draft, is not the full draft. There's a lot more detail when it comes to my military career and life. It's just that I'm gonna give you the short version of that at the point of where I got that call. Anyway, I was in basic training, you guys. I started off in the military as a specialist. Never been a private in the military. I joined with the Army, and like I said again, I started off as a specialist. Quickly, after I didn't really have an AIT, you guys, I went straight to permanent party. Once I PCS over to Fort Hood, Texas, I got in with the Combat Engineer 36 Engineers Brigade and as a combat engineer. But however, my career started with a 62nd Battalion, which is also FSC for operating company. And I was, one of the guide-ons at first. You guys can see the pictures. Probably one of my favorite pictures. That's why I put it up there. Being the guide-on for the company, I was the first guide-on for one of the companies that I worked for. So I was really honored to be the guide-on as well. Quickly, once I got with this company, engineering company, I was quickly moved on to Afghanistan, where I ended up for that tour. It was 15 months. You guys, 15 months of that tour. And you guys see the picture here. This is a picture of the FOB. You look in the background, you can see that wall there that keep us. Everything outside that wall is not in the FOB. We do have of course, our guard towels and things like that to keep us safe. But definitely wide open. Definitely different kind of experience. I can go into details how I felt when I first started going to war and things like that, and how I felt just knowing that I was going into the combat zone. So I could talk about those things, but like I said, it's going to be kind of brief. Also, this war that I was in is, of course, I've never been to Iraq, but I have been to Afghanistan. You guys know my tours there. Operation Enduring Freedom is the war that I was in. You guys, Operation Enduring Freedom, OEF soldier, and I also, like with the engineering company, they put me on as a gunner, right? As a security, I was in the security side of things in this engineering company as a gunner, and I was a combat engineer gunner, which I was an 88 Mike. A lot of you guys know what an 88 Mike is, a truck driver. And being a truck driver, I have never driven a truck for the military, never driven a truck for the Army, but I was a gunner, and that's what my job was for this engineering company. That's what I had to do because we did a lot of convoys. We was doing a lot of convoys, building what we call it. We say we build a battlefield. We build a battlefield. We fight and build at the same time. Also, you guys, this is us leaving out the FOB. You guys see I'm the second gun truck there in the Humvee. And we go very loaded. Once we leave, my battle buddy and I, he's my driver. And also we had TC, my commander, sergeant at the time, and squad leader. And the thing is, you guys, once we leave this FOB area, we always know that we're going to an area of danger. So sometimes in life, you get prepared for things you don't know about to come, right? So we had to always prepare ourselves. We do our safety briefings, our briefings, and everything else, and what we got to do to prepare ourselves to lead this FOB. Because we always know once we leave the wire, it's not guaranteed that we're coming back. This is a picture I had my battle buddy who always take these pictures for me, and us leaving the FOB. So going on our convoy mission. Also, when I'm out there, this is also another picture of myself with an AT4 249 Bravo, and also 50 cal. Some of you guys know that, and also my M16. You just don't see in this picture here, um, but that's the kind of weaponry we had to carry to keep ourselves safe. Not always have my 50 cal, but we're definitely gonna have that 249 Bravo on every occasion that we go out. Also, this is a picture of that 249 Bravo for you guys who know about that type of weaponry as well. As my time learning some things that have been going in the military, there's so much I can tell you about being in Afghanistan. But one of those things I remember is the coalition forces that we fought with, the Polish guys who was able to. We were going out in on convoy and missions with these guys as well. I went on missions with these guys as well. This is one of their tanks, of course, and you guys you get meet a lot of people, coalition forces, being friends and things like that. So you kind of gain a family sense. We had a lot of interpreters who are Afghanis as well, who was like family at the same time. So it was a lot, but we had a lot of things we were worried about. Starting again, you guys get prepared for things that you don't know are going to come in your life. Things like this. Being a gunner, my job was to make sure that we were safe, right? And battle buddies, keep my other fellow gunners safe. They kept me safe. I had their 12, or they had my 6, and vice versa, 9 and 3. We had each other's back, you guys. In this convoys, we watched the whole convoy. We made sure that all our battle buddies, and even the civilians that rode with us, are safe. Make sure we keep them safe. But when I see things like this, I took this picture here, you guys, with some of these guys walking on the street. That's normal for them. They can carry those things, but they have an RPG on the back, rocket propelled grenade on their back, and the AK-47. Those things I always fear. I always put that thing in me when I'm a gunner, and wonder if he gonna try to swing it around real quick and fire. If we had our rules and engagement, we're not like the police. We had our rules and engagement, and we followed those. We couldn't say, "Oh, I was fearing for my life and I shot this guy down." So we couldn't live like that. But we go by rules and regulations. Also, you guys, this picture of also preparing. At the time, my gunner, my driver, and I, our convoys, not just our vehicle, but many of our convoy vehicles get hit by IEDs often. We get hit by our IEDs. This is some results. We call them baby IEDs because it damaged the vehicle, of course, but don't blow the vehicle. A Humvee is more closer to the ground. But we were sustaining head injuries, not really realizing at the time. But these are the kind of things that we had to deal with. Also, the mental things that was going on. Not only that, that people out there trying to kill you, but you also had to deal with things once we got back to our fob, like this soldier here. Our clothes was tearing up. We wasn't getting our unit, wasn't getting the clothing that we need, new uniforms back in. We didn't have any food often. We had wells that we was able to take showers, but couldn't drain it, of course. But we'd take showers. That well fell in, so we didn't have water. It was horrible, you guys. We didn't have water. We had to get water. We wait on the plane to drop water to us all the time from the sky. It's amazing to see that happen. But they dropped the water cases of water to us, as you can see here. We'll pile them up, and we use that water to wash, drink, and everything else. That's what we had. So we did have eventually get a lot of water, but we still was slow on food and clothing. So living with that and also going out on missions is very hard. MREs, wow, that's one thing that always be in your brain. So also just also being able to make shift. I was able real clever, being an engineer. With the engineer unit, they have a lot of strap wood and things like that. So I was able to see, this is my room inside the tent, where I was able to build my own little cubby, I like to call it, because I wanted some privacy from my battle buddies, and I was able to put this around my cot. Also, you can see my computer. I kind of had my little setup really nice and things like that. This is nice, believe it or not, you guys. This is nice when you're living out there in the war zone in a tent. You want to say tent city? This was tent city where we live. All tents roll together. We did the best we can with these tents. Try to keep it clean. Try to keep it nice and get out on these missions. We barely get to stay in it because it seemed like we're always out working. We was on Zulu time, and it was really hard, but we found ways to laugh. We found ways to enjoy our time with each other. That's one thing I miss about my battle buddies and my friends, family members, I like to call them. That's where we became very close people. We have our little ins and outs too. I can tell you some stories too, as well, having ins and outs, but it was like family, anything. And so we definitely, I miss those guys. But like I said, we are a band of brothers, or we had each other's back. We would never, ever leave a fallen comrade. We'll make sure all of us are coming back home together. So this is us right here before we go out on a mission. We have, of course, I have briefings and stuff, what we were doing, and before and after, that's what we do. But this is before we was leaving, and we all know that we're not always guaranteed to come back, but we have each other's back. These guys here are my family, and we have each other's back. But you have things like this when we go out. This vehicle is an MRAP. It's called an MRAP. You guys got hit by this huge IED, but look at the damage. Those MRAPs are very tough, very good vehicle made for this. It's mine resistant vehicle, and was able to. Nobody got hurt, believe it or not, in that vehicle, that MRAP. But it did damage. It was kind of could see that little tilt in the way in the wheels in the back, but definitely survived. But as a gunner, my job is to make sure the personnel, when they're on the ground like that, they are safe from sniping. Because usually when we get hit like this, you guys, the Taliban hit us about 200 deep, 100, 200 people deep, and we had to go through a firefight. But this time we did not, but we do had a crowd of people showing up. And I remember that day, because you can't tell what's civilian and what is not. So for gunners, it's a stressful moment because our personnel have to be on the ground. Like I say again, we have each other's back. Those are my brothers. We will never ever leave anybody behind because we're together. We learned that very quickly. A deeper personal tragedy in that this deployment happened in the form of me with my best friend and battle buddy. I'm not going to talk too much about it because it causes me some problems, you guys, that I had to deal with a lot, had to go through because of this. But I'm going to give you a little, not the full details about what happened, but tell you a little bit about it. My battle buddy and I was traveling in our vehicle got hit by IED. We lost our vehicle. It was being towed. The vehicle I just showed you guys, the Humvee, that was damaged at the front end, being towed into another fob. We got into an MRAP. We rode in the back of this MRAP to a fob. That was before we can get to the fob we actually go to get a new Humvee. We spent the night there. The next morning, we thought we was going to get back in this vehicle and head over to the next fob. But by me being a gunner, and they needed me in that gunner place, they had me to not ride in that vehicle, the same vehicle we was in, but I had to help my battle buddy get in this vehicle, and that was the last time I saw him in Afghanistan. As you guys can tell without going full details, this is the result of what happened when he got hit by his vehicle got hit by IED. The vehicle, of course, it was a bigger IED, picked the whole vehicle up, landed on, caught on fire, and that's what happened. And now I'm not going to go in full details because it does cause me to have some issues, but I can tell you it was the worst day of my life out in Afghanistan. The vehicle getting towed away, and I haven't seen my battle buddy since in Afghanistan. But after the experiences that I had, of course, we lost a lot of people in our unit at a time, some as young as 18 years old. But retired, you guys. After my own injury, I got medevac out into Germany with a brain injury, and from there, of course, I tried to fight the military for 2 years to stay in, but I had to retire. And we had to go through the healing process, you guys. It took me a long while, but I got there, you guys. Once I got there, I started going back to school. Want to finish my career in computer engineering. Went back to school, and from there, I've been doing things like traveling. You guys, places I want to go, even places like Hollywood, just to travel to do some things a retired person would do from the military. Things like go out and have my cigar. I like to have cigar at time to time. You guys, relax. You see in the background that's near a dock. I like to be around water again. I like to be around tropical stuff. You can see the pictures here. It's the good fit. I had to go in areas in nature and things like that I enjoy the most. Also, keeping up on my body and my fitness, going to the gym, working out. That's one thing for sure. As well as you guys can see here, being by the ocean. I said as many times on this channel, Daniel tried his best to get me out in Arizona, live in Arizona. There's not enough water in Arizona for me. I like to be around water, and you can see where Daniel got that pose from. There's something that is something I love as well. It's my way of expressing loving nature, loving water, loving being out there in that salt air and smell it. I just love it. That's one of the parts. But another place to do it at is in Florida. You guys love again a lot of water. Florida have that for me. Of course, I wouldn't live in South Beach. I like to be in South Beach, but places like Jupiter, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Fort Lauderdale, areas, ideal areas in my mind where I would love to have a house built, and those are some of my future goals. But you know what, you guys, that's what a part of what I got to say for that part for my life. But then tragedy hit, you guys. When it goes to what happened with my son Daniel, the tragedy started at this point when my daughter called me. You guys, when I received that phone call, like I told you guys, I was on my back porch enjoying my retirement. My children doing well. All of them have great careers. They majors and just name it, guys. All of them scientists, doing very well for themselves. No worries, really. Retirement, trying to still heal from my military injuries, and we want to call it healing, mental and everything else that goes along with being a part into war. Received that phone call, devastating, not knowing what happened with my son. A co-worker, she says, came to her apartment looking for Daniel, and you guys know the story from that. Called law enforcement, dealing with the Buckeye Police Department at the time. In the transaction, them saying, "Hey, he's a grown man; he can disappear if you want to." Hearing that tone, hearing that language, hearing the refusal to go out in that night to put a helicopter out into that desert that night, and to the denying the flight after the next day, say, "Hey, it's been unauthorized and canceled and all that good stuff." Yes, I started traveling to Arizona, made it to Arizona. You guys know I did try to work with law enforcement at the same time. Wanted to talk to one other person, and that was Ken Elliott. You guys know about that. Ken Elliott, my son Daniel, went missing, but Ken Elliott was the guy that I was reaching out to first. You guys want to hear the story that he gave law enforcement, and I started everything from that point, guys. You see the pen and pad in my hand. I wrote down these notes, wrote down what he said. There's no mistaking what he said, and gave those over to the law enforcement, which denied those accounts of what this man said to me, as well as having the witnesses that was with me, the one even holding the camera. Also, you guys, from that point, I'm gonna go a little further because you guys know the full some of those details, and we'll continue to talk about those details, what happened at the beginning of looking for Daniel. But I quickly started my efforts of putting information out on social media. I started pleasehelpfinddaniel.com, put out social media, please help find Daniel, as well as searchfordaniel.org when I was trying to get the searches together, as well as going out to do interviews like this local radio station, to doing news interviews, as well as flying Daniel's mother out and his brother out to Arizona to do a family press conference with his sisters as well, and myself, and to get awareness out and about Daniel and what law enforcement wasn't doing at the time, you guys. Also, like I said, numerous of interviews with local channels, even channels like CNN, doing television shows like Red Table Talk and Dr. Oz, and you name it, guys. I can just go on Zerlina. There's so many information getting put out there to in that atmosphere. Daniel's story went to a national level. A lot of us say it was because of the Petito case. I would say it's because of my hard efforts. I had to work really hard for 3 straight months to get Daniel's case out to a level where it was picked up, because the story that was going on with the Petito case at the time, the disparities that was going on at the time. So they was able to pick that up based on Daniel's story being out there and push of hard work push. I had to work 3 hard, long months to push his story out there to get it out to where it was, you guys. Also, to start my searches, I had again searched for Daniel.org, found a gentleman who lived in Buckeye. Was helped me able to get the search going. He knew a lot about the desert out there. We worked on the website situations, and make sure that we was able to get the searches going. So a lot, you guys, a lot. And I really thank the hundreds of people that was coming out every week. You guys know, it's a combination of 49 weeks, but in that 49 weeks, 30 days after Daniel went missing, his vehicle showed up in a ravine. But I was out there searching before the vehicle searching showed up, you guys. I was out there searching mines, wells, um, looking for lions dens, you name it, you guys. We're out there working hard in that hot Sonoran desert, 118 degrees, with loving volunteers, you guys, who would stay out there with me till 4 o'clock in the evening on rescue missions for Daniel, working hard, trying to find Daniel every week, you guys, out there in that desert. Along with leaving that desert, I had to kept going and doing more awareness. Had a city search as well at the time. Go out into the cities, to hospitals, to you name it, trying to see if Daniel somehow got trapped in some system. So these searches have went strong. Like I said, these mines inside of mountains and things like that, clearing these areas. But like I said, when the vehicle showed up, almost 30 days after Daniel disappeared, that changed a lot, you guys. You guys know what happened with that. I'm still holding on to the vehicle. Still haven't got a full process of the airbags, the whole swabbing of the vehicle to identify what happened. Also, the clothing on the ground is unidentified. It says to be Daniel, but there's no proof and evidence of that. Law enforcement refusing to process these things, and I'm fighting hard, you guys, to get them to process so we can know the evidence behind that. I also started things like the Day of Remembrance, then the candlelight visuals, candlelight visual for Daniel, but I always make sure I include everybody. When I say include everybody, I want to include all the families that I can help. You guys, I said like at the beginning of this, it's not exclusive to me and my family, our pain. It's not exclusive to Daniel being missed. He's this American son. He's a type and shadow. He's a person that this happened to every day in this country, you guys. And that's why I say he's America's son, because it's an example of what happens in the country with its disparities, as well as him being an adult, why law enforcement moves slow as well. To, you name it, you guys. Professional geologists out there don't have so much as a speeding ticket, you guys, and we ain't missing. But so I want to make sure that I'm sharing this with other families. So I have things like a Day of Remembrance, as you guys can remember. Also, like I said, a candlelight visual to bring awareness to Daniel's case. But like I said, including everybody, because it's not just about my family. So I was able to meet families like Miss Nunez. You guys know Miss Nunez. Met her at this Day of Remembrance event, as well, and Mr. Risto and some other families out there who have missing loved ones. Of course, you guys know Miss Nunez's daughter came back. So we definitely still praying for her healing. I make sure I stay just praying. You know what I'm saying? You guys try to make sure we give this family time to heal, time to get themselves together. And so I do that. Even on a personal level, I know Miss Nunez on a personal level, but I make sure I give her and her family space to heal. And they need that, you guys. And I hope you guys can join in with me again. Don't go looking for her house. Don't try to ask her for questions. You guys want no answers to what happened in this case. Thank God. And I really thank you guys' effort for sharing the story and helping her find her, helping us. We don't know how that situation happened, but I really believe it's because of her efforts out there. She didn't give up on her daughter, that her daughter was able to hear that plea. And I'm telling you something, you guys, but if you guys want to know details, wait till law enforcement bring those things. It's still an investigation. Wait till if you want to ask, you can be anxious, talk to law enforcement. Just don't talk to the family. Just let the family heal. You guys, get them the space they need and they deserve. And I'm telling you, she's very grateful for all the help that the public did. Sometimes we feel like we owe the public. We really do in certain areas. At the same time, you guys, we're asking the public for some privacy for them and make sure they're safe. And I threw that in, guys. That wasn't part of what I want to talk about today, but I always think about Miss Nunez all the time, and her and her family, and I pray for them all the time. And so, I just want to make sure that they are great. And Mr. Risto as well, him and his son. I don't know if I need to do an update to find out what's going on there as well. But if you're still looking for a son, we're praying for the family as well. So definitely, guys, please keep these families in mind. Also, you guys, I've been all over Arizona, different events and things, everything I can find, you guys, to try to get Daniel's story out. These events where there's public events around Arizona, Phoenix. I make sure I'm there with my booth, giving out these flyers. You can see this right here, as well as putting out the billboards. You guys, billboards all in Arizona, across Arizona, from the east side of Phoenix to the west side of Phoenix, going out towards Buckeye, Arizona. So make sure we get those flyers. And I'm telling you guys, all this is because of you guys have been donating. You've been helping me in my efforts from day one. When I first said, "Hey guys, can y'all help me get my boots on the ground?" You helped me keep my boots on the ground. You've been donating to keep me in Arizona. And then I asked you guys when I got the searches going, can you guys help me keep the searches going? You guys have been doing that. I'm telling you guys the flyers. I'm putting out thousands of flyers out every week. I mean, boxes of flyers, $400, $500 a piece for these boxes, getting them out every week, 2 or 3 of them out every week. I'm telling you guys also, there's so much I can just go on. I really appreciate everybody who's been helping. Oh, like I said, the flyers, getting those thousands of flyers and events like Crime Con, going out to ASU, doing interviews and talking to students. You name it, guys. Going to, like I said, Crime Con in Vegas last year. Got out thousands of flyers in Vegas. That was the most amazing time to be able to talk to thousands of people. But like I said, when I got on the strip, I've never been to Vegas in my life, you guys, believe it or not. When I went to Vegas, it was on this mission for Daniel. And then at night, I was able to go out on the strip, but it wasn't out for the pleasure. It was out to put out these flyers. And me and my team was able to get thousands of flyers out. I mean, we was going through boxes like it wasn't even funny, you guys. We bought boxes and boxes of flyers just in case, and we got rid of them. And I was really happy about that. That was one of the things I'll never forget. Also, meeting people at the Crime Con, doing all the podcasts and getting Daniel's story out that way, as well as meeting some other people like Nancy Grace and some of the others out at Crime Con. Meeting Natalie and Derica and Natalie from Black and Missing Foundation, along with Jamie from Tenderfoot, you guys. And also, you guys see the other two team members of mine in this picture as well. Also, starting the Daniel Robinson Foundation, you guys, one of the things I had in mind to make sure, again, I'm helping all the families that I can, and to make sure they don't have to go through what I had to go through to get some help for Daniel, you guys. I mean, I went through hell, excuse my expression, but I went through hell to get resources I needed, to get attention. And Daniel, like I said again, 3 months of hard work just to get Daniel's story out there. Can you imagine that? And that's the disparities that I'm talking about, the way law enforcement handle certain cases and the way they go after, begging and pleading law enforcement to move. And if I wouldn't have been fighting and y'all helped me keep my foot on the ground, boots on the ground, law enforcement wouldn't have done the things that have been done. I'm telling you guys, this would have been from day one when they gave those things over to me, when say and those bags for safe, they kept it for safekeeping, and that means they would give it over to the family. Like, if we ain't got nothing here, that's exactly the way law enforcement for a whole month has been approaching Daniel's case. You guys, you see at the bottom of this thing says Daniel Robinson Foundation, bridging the gap. The Daniel Robinson Foundation will do that. We will bridge those gaps, those disparities that are happening in this country when it comes to getting the awareness out there for these loved ones who really deserve it, as well as everybody. All families deserve the awareness. Like I said, nobody should be left behind. And it's with my wonderful team, you guys. You've seen my team before. I call them the A team. They're my family, my friends. They're the aunties and uncle for Daniel. And also they're the board members for the Daniel Robinson Foundation. Guys, this channel that I have created here, I thank Gizzle K from Grizzly the True Crime, who helped me get this channel up. You guys, it's not an entertainment channel. It's an informational channel to help me get me information out about Daniel. That's why I guess you guys, you can like, share, and subscribe, whether you come back or not. Help me get those algorithms to build this channel up, get Daniel's story out farther, and as well, while I'm in the process of doing that, helping other families who come on here to share their loved one's story too. I want to be able to do that as well and get these stories out as far as I can, as many as I can. And the only way I can do that, if you guys can help me, even with the like, share, and subscribe, you'd be surprised what those wonderful things can do. Again, you guys know Daniel, my son, as the missing geologist. As you go on Google, say, hey, you have to look up, you can say Daniel Robinson, missing geologist, Daniel Robinson. Everybody knows the missing geologist that graduated from the College of Charleston, South Carolina, came out as a geologist out to Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona, started his career with Matrix New World. You see the hat there. an engineering company as a field geologist, hydrogeologist, and go out and assess the wells, see if these wells have groundwater. And the groundwater is producing at least 100 years of water that's required by law in Arizona when there are communities built. We all know the community that's being built out there, they don't have enough water to sustain it, but they're trying to push it through anyway. And there's a lot of things going on in and out for motors we can look at later. We'll talk about. But those things is you guys know him as the missing geologist out of Arizona. Went missing in the Sonoran Desert, Arizona. His vehicle flipped over and things, you guys. But when a family member look at our loved one, especially when it's our child, a parent, we look at our child as a child. Y'all can say, "Hey, Daniel's a grown man." Yes, he is a grown man. But to his parents, he is that same person that we seen when he was little, like this. He is the same person we also seen when he was out making snowballs and throwing out with his friends, and the challenges and things that he had been doing when he was growing up, as well as sharing time with his siblings, his twin sisters, and his other siblings, to growing up as a young man, taking pictures with mother with the medallion around his neck. You guys see when he getting these awards all the time from school, doing excellent in school as he was coming up. Also till the point where he graduated from out of college, he's proud of himself and really happy that he achieved the goal they want into geology, a job that he really wanted to do, and been out there and hanging out with his friends. That's the Daniel that we know, and you guys know he's been missing since June the 23rd of 2021. I need your help, you guys. Please, I need your help to continue my fight for my son, and I cannot do this without you guys. So if you guys can help, and one way you guys can help is you can always go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com. Is one of the things that definitely I really need you guys to do is go to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com. I'm going to share screens with you guys so you can follow me along, because I want you to go to this website, and I want you to be able to help me in this way as well. You guys have been also sharing Daniel's story. I really appreciate that. You guys have been doing as one of a tremendous job. And I really appreciate that, sharing his story. But if you guys, a couple things on this website, please sign a petition. You see here, you go to the petition page. Page is change.org, and sign that petition. I say put your voice to petition. We have 128,246 and counting signatures or voices to that page. Go there if you guys can and do that. I truly appreciate that. Also, you guys, you also, if you can, volunteer in other ways tab. That's information there that I can receive from you guys. A lot of people still have it there for over a year. I get it. I really apologize, you guys, if you're thinking I'm not getting it. We're just trying to work some things out, and we're still gonna check back with you with the information that you do have. But you guys can join in, and no matter what country you're in, you can volunteer in other ways tab. Put your skill sets and things there. You can also print the flyers. That helped me out tremendously, you guys. I can send flyers out to you. I have some flyers that's going out tomorrow, but I can send some out to you as well. Or you guys want to help by printing them out yourself. I like to keep them in a postcard size, but like I said again, I would like to say that because I have the reasons why I postcard size them. But this is a PDF for you guys. You can get them print out, or you can print them out yourself. They can be in any size that's easier and convenient for you. I just want to tell you that for me, personally, I'm just saying, you guys, I'm not telling you this is the way you should do it and this and that. I'm just saying, you guys, I just like to use this right here. You guys see this flyer here? It's the size of a postcard, and I have my reasons why I do that. I do that because the postcard size make it easier for people to put in their pocket. And the reason why I did that, if you guys look at one of the pictures, I had these just really huge flyers, and it was laminated, and nobody can put that in their pocket and put a pocketbook or whatever. It's hard to carry. It's too bulky. You can probably pin it up on a pole somewhere, and that's it. You won't be able to carry a lot of them around with you. But when it's small like that, people can carry stacks of them. They can put them in their pocket or their pocketbook or whatever. And even if they have one, they can take it out and keep it in their pockets and say, "Hey, look, you seen this guy?" And they can take a scan of the QR code. So that's the reason why I just had a lot of thought into it. The reason why I wanted it that size, was more convenient, and and the colorings to attract attention, and also put the QR code there for the younger generation, as well as just making it easier for people to get to pleasehelpfinddaniel.com through that. So there's a lot of thought into that. But anyway, again, you guys, if you can still go to Please Help Find Dan, you want to help, you come scroll down here off the main page. And this is what I'm currently doing is I have the mail-in protest, guys. I have my cousin. She made me very happy today. So that David, she sent me a picture of all the PDFs right here that you see right here on the bottom on the screen here. She had them all printed out. This is 5 of them, you guys. You get them right here. This is the way they look, but this is what you'll be actually printing out. And she showed it. She sent me a picture of it. It made me very happy, you guys. I was like really happy. She said, "Hey, I'm gonna send these things out every day. I'm sending them out, you know." And then, like I'm telling you guys, some people say, "Hey, how do you, Mr. Robinson? How do you trying to do this thing?" I'm like, "Look, as many as you can. You can do it every day. That's what I'm looking for. If you want to do it every once a week, that's what I'm looking for, you guys. I just what I'm trying to do is trying to get hundreds of even thousands, if I can, letters going into these apartments every day. You know what I'm saying? Every week. I just want them coming in. I just want them constantly coming into this apartment. It's the same flyers over and over and over and over again. There's nothing different. You just keep putting them in the envelope. And you guys want to donate in certain ways because y'all did donate. And I really appreciate that. That's one way of donating, you guys. If you buy some stamps, you guys, and some envelopes. And I know it costs money for ink, but you know if you guys want to donate and help that way, get those flyers into those departments, you know, as often as you can, guys. I know it's not easy. I know it's expensive money, things like that. And I really consider of all of that. I just need your help, you guys, as much as I can, much as you can. I really appreciate it for everybody who can in your own way. I don't care if you can get one a month, you know, just whatever you can, you guys, you know, get these flyers out to these departments. The place you send it to, you guys, is right here on the screen as well. You know, like I said, these are the 5 PDFs. You just print, you know, you click in on one of them, the PDF will come up. You can download it, you guys, download it and print it out. So that's the way we're doing this thing, you know. So that's how these PDFs work. All of them have different ones. All of them look like the ones that we have up here. But please mail these PDFs off to the address below. The Buckeye Police Department Chief Larry Hall, who I'm asking him to push my, because Maricopa County is dragging it. Police look out for each other. There's blue on the blue, you guys. There's a blue thing. You know, 2 ways and angles I'm hitting this. Maricopa County has the authority to be able to open their own individual case, and you know, not which I'm asking Maricopa County to do. And they're dragging foot on. But the thing is, also the Buckeye Police Department can simply give that over to my son's case over to the Maricopa County Sheriffs. And I need fresh eyes in my son's case. I need these forensics done by the Maricopa County Sheriffs. He went missing in Maricopa County, so Maricopa County Sheriff is going to have jurisdictional responsibility to my son's case, and I'm seeking that, you guys. But like I said, this is the address of Buckeye Police Department, Chief Larry Hall, the address, as well as the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, Sheriff Paul Bazone. We need those letters going in. I want them letters hitting them almost every day, you guys, hundreds of them, so they would not forget that I'm out here still pushing them in the background, you guys. I'm telling, I keep saying, oh no, again, I'm doing things in the background. They know, but I want them to know that I have you guys backing me as well, right? So that's what I'm saying. You know, I really need you guys, and that's your voice in the petition that I'll be using as well, and also your voice when you guys send those letters out. Y'all guys send them letters out that say, "Hey, look, Mr. Robinson have hundreds and thousands of people backing him, wanting these." His case moved over to the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, his son's case. And also, I'm still working. I forgot, you guys. I told one lady, young lady, off the email that I will be incorporating a letter that she had created for you guys to be able to PDF on Google Docs to be able to send letters in. So we start doing letters again as well to these 2 departments, you guys, that you guys can also send. You don't have to send them every week like you do to other PDFs, but I would like to see you guys, if you guys can send that letter in as well, because she took her time and wrote that and did a really good job. And I want to make sure we implement that into this website so you guys can be able to utilize that as well. So that's how you guys want to help me. That is exactly how you guys can help me right now. I need all the help I can when it comes to my son's effort for my son. I will be doing some more things. You guys know in the fall, the protest is coming. The protest is coming. I'm really working hard on that. I call it a protest holiday because there's going to be a protest for the weekend. There's going to be a protest for the Maricopa County Sheriff's Office. And these things are going to have to be on a weekday, you guys. They're probably like a Friday or Thursday, Friday. But I'm working something because I know that the Buckeye Police Department actually closes their police department down on a Saturday. The Maricopa County Sheriff's Office, I want to make sure that they're open. I just want to make sure Mr. Sheriff Paul Pizzone is in the office whenever we standing in front of that department doing a sit-in. What we're going to try to do a sit-in. The sit-in is public space, get permit, and sit into the Maricopa County Sheriff Office as a sit-in, and until he opened up this independent investigation to my son's disappearance and get these forensics out. I'm paying all this money, you guys, every month to house forensics that need to be processed. It's bad enough I had to go outside of Buckeye and get a Tempe Police Department to do the forensics on the electronics. So don't get confused and think Buckeye did forensics on electronics. They have not. Don't get confused. Ask them. They asked Tempe to do it. Don't get confused. It was my efforts. My team and I had a meeting with the Tempe Police Department as well as the mayor of Tempe to get those forensics done on the electronics. And so I'm really pushing Sheriff Paul Pinzone. He's elected official, you guys. Those who are in Arizona, don't forget that his election time will be coming up. I will be out there as well, pushing for my son case to be moving to that department as well. We want to see some justice in my son case. If not, I wish we could find a sheriff or someone who would do that. So that's what we're looking for. So the thing is, you guys, thank you so much for your time. I'm done here. Again, don't forget, you guys, I will be at CrimeCon on the 24th, 22nd through the 24th. But my segment with some of the families, the family of Dylan Rounds and some of the others, you guys, we would be on the panel together and discussing some things. So I hope you guys can show up there. I hope you guys can come. Don't forget to get your ticket. Go to crimecon.com and get your tickets now because they do sell out, you guys. So thank you again. I truly appreciate each and every last one. God bless you. Hug the one you love and don't let them go, you guys. You can always be angry with your family member. You can be mad. You can even not even like them, but you know you love your family. Make sure you tell them that every chance you get, every day. Don't let a day go down. Don't let the sun go down in wrath. Don't go let a day go by without telling your loved one that you love them. I also said just like this. You can say, "I don't like you right now, but I love you." It's not hard to do, you guys, because it could come to a day that you may not be able to say it again. You don't want to wait till you have to do what we do and have to listen to voicemails and etc. recordings just to hear your loved one. So I'm saying, you guys, you have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful weekday. Talk to you again. Hope to see you on live next time. God bless you. Take care.